So a bit of an eventful last night. It's now 4 a.m. We woke up to a huge bang and then the fire alarm started to go off. We came out and there was a woman on the floor here in a pile, like laughing and crying, and yeah, so we think she pulled the fire alarm or someone pulled the fire alarm. But the police are actually concerned, like she could be in distress or possibly be kidnapped or something. They're concerned about her because this woman was then sort of helped up and put in this car and driven away. But they've now come to hopefully reset this fire alarm. But yeah, an event 4 a.m. It's hard to explain. The fire people are finally here to turn the alarm off because there's no fire. Someone's definitely just pulled the alarm, but they're concerned about the girl that pulled the alarm. When people first came out, she was in a bit of distress, so they're worried she might have pulled it for help. We don't know. So they've actually got 3 cops and 2 fire engines. Fire engines are just, they've got to do a mandatory check of the building, which we all know is absolutely fine. But they're still sort of grouping together with this guy. He's the main guy who saw everything going on. He's the one that went to the car to check the woman was okay and stuff. So I think they'd really like to find that car if they could, just to find out what's gone on. But who knows? Good morning, everyone, from a very tired condo. Laura's just packing up some of the quarters. We're going to use them on a coffee. We're both pretty tired this morning. That little incident last night woke us up, and then you can't really get back to sleep. You've got the ringing of the alarm in your head. You're worried about, you know, any little noise. You're thinking something's going on outside. Was just a bit of a nightmare, really. I think she was just drunk. She looked on drugs. The police were concerned at one point that it was like a kidnapping, but then they said, oh no, we've not got enough evidence and enough of a story to go and stop the car. So I think they knew she was just drunk. I think she's fallen down the stairs or fallen onto one of them bins, hurt her knee. She's pulled the fire alarm purposely because it's not easy to do. It's not like she's done it getting up. And then when we got out, she was in the middle of the road, like crying and laughing, holding her knee. These 2 men picked her up because I presume she couldn't walk on her knee.
She had to pick her
yeah,
up,
she couldn't walk. And then she's like laughing, and then we're all coming out and she's like, enjoy your night, ha ha ha. So I presume she set it off on purpose, but there was not quite enough instructions for everyone, not just this condo. No one knew exactly what to do, where to go. There was no fire meeting point. So I have sent a couple of emails just to let people know, not complaining, just to let them know they might want to add in like a fire meeting point or something on the walls, or instructions on what to do, because everyone just stood there for about 10 minutes. Then I was like, right, I'm going to jump in the car and go to security, because we honestly thought when this alarm goes off, because it's all linked, it would automatically notify the security office or even the fire brigade. But it didn't. Got to the security office, he wasn't really interested. I was like, I've only got an English number, can you call 911 for me? He's like, no, not now, you just go back. And he wasn't interested. So then we came back and someone called for us. One of the Americans. Once I said, we need to call 911, that's what we've got to do, they jumped on it and did it. But no one sort of just quite knew what to do. I think everyone knew. Yeah, I think everyone pretty much knew the building wasn't on fire because there's no smoke, there's nothing like that, and we'd seen this drunk girl. So everyone pretty much knew it was that, but could have done with a few instructions on exactly what to do. So we're a little bit tired this morning. That's just the way it goes sometimes. We ended up, I think there was 3 police cars and 2 fire engines. Yeah. Guys, do not pull those fire alarms. It ain't funny. And then they tried to blame it on some kids, and I'm like, they were like, oh, we watched 2 kids pull it and run away. I'm like, A, who's up at 4 a.m. and what kids are up at 4 a.m. when they're knackered from Disney? Why are you up watching kids at 4 a.m? Yeah. And no, I don't buy that, I'm afraid. I really don't. Yeah. But yeah, if you do see those fire alarms, don't pull them, because you're going to do the whole building. And I've never seen that before, ever. Never even in Tenerife, I've never had that.
Well, it's interesting because there's a fire alarm inside the condo as well. There's a big box.
Yeah, there's a mini fire alarm for your actual condo, which I think is like a little beepy one if you burn something in the oven.
No, that was going off as well.
It was probably linked.
Yes,
Probably that wouldn't set off the whole block. The thing she pulled is like whole block job.
But I was saying our one inside was linked to the outside one, so our one inside is going off as well, so that was good.
It was loud. It was very
and there
loud.
was getting out of bed like half an hour later, like, oh, what's going on?
Yeah, there was people, yeah. If there was an
Yeah,
actual
there
fire,
was.
there was some people like going to be pretty in trouble. So that was that. We are up and about. It is about 8:15. We're going to head to Universal for when it opens at 9. It's been open already for early entry. Are we early entry now as annual pass holders? Sure. I think we're early entry as annual pass holders. Need to check that. I think we could be early entry holders. UOAP, you know what I mean? I think it does entitle you to go in early. I think. Maybe. Does at Disney, I think.
No, it doesn't.
I think.
They have events for pass holders.
No, I thought to give you early entry as well. Maybe not. Maybe not. So that's the plan. We're off to Universal. Then we'll be having a coffee and bits and bobs. Got loads to do today. We are all packed up. We're all checked in, as I mentioned last night.
The top 2 tiers get early entry.
We're the lower downgrade.
No, you're the second top. I'm the lowest.
I'm second top, so I can go in. You can
Yeah.
sit in City Walks then. I'm going in.
Preferred pass holders, you'll be preferred, aren't you?
Yeah. There you go. Made it to Universal. Look, Laura, it's the spider signal. You know what that means. You park miles away. No, we're in. It is going to be super busy, but we're not bothered. We're going to go in and get, hopefully, maybe Velocicoaster done. Then my idea was that we could hop on to the Hogwarts Express and switch over to Universal then after that.
Yeah.
Because the Hogwarts Express shouldn't be busy. People won't be switching parks this early. So in theory, it should be pretty easy to get the train across and switch parks. In theory. But right now, nothing is quite working out in theory for us at the moment. So it's a nice balmy 77 degrees Fahrenheit. The fog is already burning off. Looks like a nice blue sky day to match my shirt. Yeah, the fog has really lifted. Big queue for Starbucks there, smells lovely. Could just murder one, but we're going to try and get in and get something done first. But yes, really comfortable. Been really made up with the weather this trip. Been really comfortable. I thought it was going to be much colder than this.
You haven't even worn half the clothes you brought.
No, I've rotated my t-shirts, but it's we've done really well. And we didn't bring too many clothes either. We have done well. But I've made up with the weather. The weather's been spot on. So as we have parked in Spider-Man, it's only fitting that we go and do Spider-Man. Yeah. Love this ride, it is one of my favourites. Velocicoaster is delayed. It was delayed, then on again, and then delayed again, so they must be having a few issues with that this morning. But yeah, Spider Signal, headlines, national coverage. Now Laura's saying you prefer Transformers to Spider-Man? Just now. No, sorry. Do drop your comments. I want to know what you prefer, Spider-Man or Transformers. Both basically the same ride, but obviously different theming. Ride vehicle is all the same, etc. You prefer Transformers, yeah? No. Can't beat a bit of Spidey.
Hello? This is Jonah Jameson. Roger. Over. see that? The spider signal! Was Spider-Man nearby? Trouble can't be far away. And you know what trouble means. Headlines! National coverage! So don't screw this up!
Well, I'm glad we did that. We actually caught a little bit of the pre-video that I've never seen before. That actually gives you more of an idea of what you're doing. Like that scoop vehicle is a specialist vehicle to go out, and you got like a bit of the cartoon pre-story, so I knew a bit more about what was going on. And then like Spider-Man's there advising him not to put you in the scoop vehicle because it's high-tech and dangerous. I've never seen that bit before. So that was a good ride, that, and it was basically a walk-on. Basically a walk-on. How are we doing for a Velocicoaster, Laura? 45 minutes. Borderline, we might do it. Might do it at that. Normal queue though, not single rider. I won't make that mistake ever again. See what it says when you get up there. So just done Velocicoaster. It seems to get better each time you ride it. You noticed it more, again, more features. I noticed the raptors and the screens this time. We were further back this time as well, which made it even more different. I think it's better further back. But amazing, amazing. Very busy here now, though. We will be heading out shortly, I think. We've got to get cracking, got other things to do. But well worth coming in for that. Loved it.
Really quickly as well.
It does move. They do move. They've got 3 carts on the go, so it does move. But yeah, brilliant. Love it. Could ride that all day. So smooth.
I know. Even the locking mechanism for your hat. For
Yeah.
your horse is smooth.
So smooth. Awesome. Really enjoyed that ride on Velocicoaster. You can't beat that. We are going to now head out of the park. And we're going to head to Disney Springs. We've got a couple of last minute bits we want to pick up. We're going to do a little live stream there as well, so I'll leave the link in the description for that if you want to watch that. But it's a gorgeous day as usual, but we are time restrained. We are limited until 4 o'clock today, so we've got to start making a move and doing the other things that we've got to do. But yeah, definitely worth coming in just for Velocicoaster there. Love it. So I'm sure you don't want to battle through the crowds with us and battle getting the car out, so we will catch you guys at Disney Springs. Do a bit of teleportation again. See you there. And just like that, we're at Disney Springs, just going into Starbucks now. As you can see, crowd level's still pretty high, even though it's middle of the day. Getting nearly nice and warm now as well. It's about 25 today. It's pretty damn warm. I do love the palm tree going through the middle of the sign. I love that. It does actually go right through the middle. I love that feature. I was going to pop in, get ourselves a drink, and then we'll be doing our live stream. Laura's forgotten her sunglasses. Not a happy bunny.
No.
We'll go in the shade. Let's go and get waiting in this line. So just done a great live there, really enjoyed it. I will leave the link to that in the description. We went through World of Disney, went to the art shop, picked a piece of art, and we're just now quickly popping into the Candy Cauldron to get one last giant Mickey cookie before we go. So we're going to quickly pop in, and then we're going to be heading off and getting some lunch. We've got to leave for the airport at 3:30, so we've got 2 hours to go. Very depressing. We're back at TGI Fridays where we came on the very first night, and we're back again. Laura's going to get her skillet before we go to the airport. Normally the virgin food isn't the best for gluten-free for Laura. It's quite limited. Yeah. Plus the airport as well doesn't have that many options, so I'm going to quickly eat in here and then we'll be back to the condo, get everything packed up. We've even got the exact same table that we had on the first night. Goes so fast, doesn't feel like 2 weeks ago we were in here later this evening, Laura. Goes so fast, we were knackered, yeah. Well, no matter how organised you think you are, you're never that organised, and you're always rushing and you're always late getting out. So we did quickly have a TGI's, it was quick. Then we came back, you think you're packed and you're just not. There's always last minute stuff to rush around doing. We're all loaded up in the car and straight off the airport now. It just goes so fast. So sad. So sad. Well, you served us very well, Condo and Windsor Hills. But it's time to say goodbye, unfortunately.
In 300 yards, turn left to stay on Celebration Place.
Oh, bye-bye, Celebration.
One last quick little goodbye. Oh, I could just ride them bikes again now.
Turn left to stay on Celebration Place.
You've treated us well, Celebration. But you've got to say bye.
Hopefully back in 9 months.
Oh, we'll see. Hopefully. And there's our Virgin landing, I think.
I think that'll be ours, highly likely. So it's 10 to 4.
Yeah, I think that might be our Virgin landing.
Well, it's either that or that's a London one. But I reckon that's our Manchester. Wish we were on it. Wish we were on it now and not in 3 hours.
Oh no. Oh. But yeah, there you go.
So it was 2 weeks ago that.
I know.
And we were getting ready. I was like, oh, come on, get off the plane. Gotta go and get me Hollywood Studios in. Oh, it was like a big challenge, wasn't it, to get on Tower of Terror and that the first day. Goes way too fast.
Way too fast. But there you go. Oh, it's gone.
So just parked up at Alamo. I'm just going to record as well that the fuel is full like they wanted it to be. You normally just leave the key inside, and I am just going to go around it and just show that there's nothing on here that we've done. Just to quickly show everything is all clear. So there you go, car is all fine. Always good to just record. You've got both ends now, both when you picked it up and when you've dropped it off, and you can show that the fuel was full as well, and the interior is all spot on. We've not really touched the back, but there you go, it is all a-okay. Goodbye car, you served us very well. It's a very good car. 700 miles we did in total. 700. Yeah, quite soon racks up, but it's excellent, really good, and Alamo spot on service. Okay, so when you get to check-in, there is 2 ladies here checking all of the documents. They check that you've got your negative test, they check that you've got your passenger locator, and they check that you've got your vaccination certificate. Far easier having it printed off like this. Definitely worth the $7 that we paid to have it printed. So much easier. Now, when we gave her the test, she was like, oh, you went to Walgreens? I'm like, yeah. They were like, did they charge you? And I was worried, thinking, oh no, here we go. And we were like, no. And she was like, oh, that is great. I am made up that you got a free one. Make sure you put it all over the website to go and get a free one. People are paying $70 for them. And I said, Disney are charging $170. And she was balking at that. But no, the ladies are lovely. As long as you've got your negative test, it can be a free one. No problem at all. And she was lovely about it. And she's like, I want everyone to have a free one. If they can. So definitely Walgreens, spot on with that free test. Do not pay silly prices. If you can't get an appointment, then, you know, pay the 60 odd, 65, but 170 with Disney's just extortion.
Book like 2 weeks in advance, will be fine though, won't it?
Oh yeah, for a few weeks in advance, if you know what day you're travelling home, what day you need the test, you can go on and book it right now. Yeah, really good. So just drop the bags now. So I must say, Virgin, absolutely spot on. The little bag weigher we had said the cases were 23, they were only 20. So we were still slightly under on our luggage, which was great. That flew through, no problem. I mentioned to her, I said, oh, when we changed the flight, we were meant to be in Economy Delight with the extra leg room. But he said it was unavailable and we moved down into Economy Classic. And then I mentioned that, you know, it offered me to upgrade it last night. And is there any way of swapping again to what we should have been in? And she got us straight into Economy Delight with the leg room.
Yeah.
And they waived the fee as well.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic from Virgin. Really made up with that. Great service there. Bag check and everything. So here comes what I call stage 3. We do it in stages.
Yeah. What gate
And this is stage 3, getting the bags checked.
83, so
We've got a lot of electricals and things, but the queue does not look too bad at all. So let's get in with this one. Got a few electricals in the bag and stuff, but if you get a bit anxious like me when you travel, I break it up into stages, don't I? So like stage 1, drop the car off.
Yeah.
Done. Stage 2, get the documents checked. Stage 3, drop the bags off. Stage 4, get this done. And then once I'm past stage 4, I'm pretty happy then.
Yeah, we're sorted
Yeah.
out, aren't we?
It's gone really well so far. Really happy with Virgin. Really friendly as always. So let's get this bit done. So this is the monorail that you don't want to be getting. Security not too bad. It was a 5 to 8 minute wait. And both our bags got stopped, but they did just want to check because we had so many sweets. They wanted to check why we had so many tablet-looking sweets, Skittles, etc. But yeah, it was literally 5 minutes, even with being stopped. And now we're on the tram that you don't want to be on, the one going towards the plane. And that's it. You know, when you're in here, you're doomed. There's no going back.
No.
That is it. You are done. Now, I didn't really have any tea, and there's an Auntie Anne's here, so I'm going to raid an Auntie Anne's. I do love those hot dog pretzels. Then we'll have a little mooch around, you know, all the fun things you do, all the shops that we, you know, so love. And then, yeah, wait for the flight. Keep an eye on our gate. There's 2 flights. There's a Gatwick at 6:30, and then there's ours at 18:55, 25 minutes later. Starbucks over there looks pretty busy, maybe a Starbucks. But for now, I'm going to have something to eat. Now I can de-stress a little bit. So Laura's just been a little doll and got us a little Starbucks. And I enjoyed what was meant to be a chocolate croissant. It was actually a chocolate brownie, but it was a good bad mistake. They'd put it in the wrong bag, haven't they?
Yeah,
Someone's going around with a chocolate croissant now when he wanted a brownie.
Yeah.
That's nice. I couldn't leave the one this morning wasn't the best, and that's really good, so I'm happy with that. And it killed loads of time because it took about 40 minutes to get that.
It is, yeah. Me standing in line, waiting, watching.
So if you know, you know. If you sit in these seats, you're going to feel like you're on Gringotts Bank lift. Yeah. If you know, you know. This floor bounces, and I feel like I've been on one of those rides where it's constantly bouncing up and down. As people walk across it, the floor bounces, and I feel like I've been on a ride now. I feel like I've got sea legs.
Yeah.
We're gonna take a little bit of a walk, have a look in Stella News, see if there's any last minute American candies, and then we'll be going to gate in about 25 minutes. The time does fly in here for some reason. It seems to just go really quick in this airport. I think it's because you're dreading it, you're not looking forward to going home, whereas the other way around, you know, you're desperate to get on the plane and stuff. Oh, we've got his and hers and Mickey stuff here. Oh, we've got some nice stuff. Let's have a mooch in here. Oh, we've got some taffy. Might get my mum some taffy. We've got some Swedish fish. I don't get the big fuss with them. Not keen on them myself. Mikey Mike's. Lifesavers wild gummies. They're quite nice. Rolos, if you know, you know. Let's see what else they've got round here. So still plenty of themed merch in here. You've got the Harry Potter stuff. I'm just looking at these. I love these coasters. I'm tempted, but you know, they're £8 each, but I love these. I just think they're really nice. Good quality. I like that one. I like that one. I like that one. I like that one. I like them all, really. They're really good. Proper good quality. But I don't know. I don't know. You know what I'm like? Very indecisive. But there's plenty of decent stuff in here. Some nice Disney mugs I'll just show you as well. I quite like these. These are nice. Nice quality. You've got better mugs in here than they have in the actual Disney World. Which is funny. Oh, Dad wants fags. So we just sat waiting to board. We are in our economy delight, which we're happy with. Little row of 2, which is nice, made up with Virgin, moving them like that. Really did look after us. We're hoping Laura's gluten-free meal is going to be on, because we did switch the flight, and whether they've moved the gluten-free order over, we don't know. But even if they haven't, we can't really complain, because they've put us in the seats that we
Got a bag of
requested.
Plenty of chocolate.
There's plenty of chocolate. I'm going to pass out. I'm going to do a bit of editing and pass out. But Laura sometimes can't sleep.
I can never sleep. Never. I don't know why. I take tablets and everything, and I never can sleep.
No.
So
this is the bit you don't like. When you're coming, you're like, oh yeah, get me on the plane, do. But now,
like,
when you're going back, you're just
moved.
like, wish you could click your finger and just be home, don't you?
Yeah. This is the bad part. Sat around and everyone miserable.
So I'll show a few bits off the plane, the meal, etc. But it is going to be dark on there, so mostly we'll show a few clips and then we'll catch you on the other side in Manchester. We've got a Delta taxi picking us up. Mick Garvey could not get out of bed early enough to come and get us.
I left my coat in there so that they could bring us a coat.
I thought my dad would bring us coats. We've got no coats. We've got little jackets. It won't be too bad. It won't be too bad. Then we'll get home, have a nice English cup of tea with boiling water, not just hot water. Americans just have hot water.
Yeah, it's got to be boiled.
Yeah.
Stays hotter longer.
Might have some of Dad's bacon if he's got some. What we try and do to avoid the jet lag is we try and, when we get home, stay up all day. Do not go to bed. If you stay up all day, then when it gets to about 8, 9 o'clock, you're knackered and you go to bed, sleep right through, and it just helps you switch to the time zone a little bit easier.
Yeah.
Back in the day when I was a kid, I used to get in at 9 o'clock and go to bed, and then you'd sleep till 3, 4 in the afternoon, and you just stay messed up. Best thing you can, it's horrible doing it, but the best thing you can do is just stay up when you get home and go to bed at English bedtime.
Yeah.
It's hard, and you might have the odd little doze, half an hour, but
yeah,
if you can do it, you do switch a lot quicker, we find. that's us. If you've got any advice or tips on how to beat the jet lag when you come back from Florida, drop your comments. I'd like to know.
Yeah, but that's our way of doing it.
That's our way of doing it, yeah.
It just takes a day of being exhausted and then we're fine.
Yeah, you're knackered, but you push through, and it does normally work.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, just to keep yourself busy unpacking and stuff.
Going out, just taking a walk over the shops or whatever.
Just trying to keep yourself busy. If you stay up, then by 8, 9 o'clock, you're exhausted, and hopefully you'll be able to sleep through.
Yeah.
So there you go, that's our tip, and we will catch you when we board the plane.
And we'd like you to give it your full attention. It's really important that you watch and understand it, because together we're all responsible for safety on this flight.
As he transits through the airport and continues.
So, just catching up with you guys, it has been a long, tiring day. Flight this morning was pretty good, slept for most of it, and actually felt like a really quick flight. The food was fantastic. Really enjoyed the America end of the food coming back this way. The chicken teriyaki was lovely. They did like a brownie cookie dessert thing you'd have seen. That was gorgeous as well. So yeah, that was really pleasant. Slept for most of it, which was nice. Manchester, really quick going through the passport check in Terminal 2. Waited a while for the baggage though. There was 4 flights that arrived at the same time. We then jumped a taxi back here. And then we've been here pretty much all day. We had to wait for the results of the PCR test, and we are both negative, so we're fine with that. We did get a very quick result test. And yeah, we've just been here all day, basically just chilling, seeing the family. Chilled out, had a little bit of a nap. I did a little bit of editing. I've made the little video for the start of all the vlogs, our little intro for this series. And that's pretty much been it really. Mum and Dad have popped out to West Derby for a drink, and it's about 9 o'clock now. I'm going to start heading to bed. I have managed to stay up for the full day, so hopefully I will avoid a bit of the jet lag, although talking about it is making me pretty tired. So that is going to be it for today. I really hope you have enjoyed this series and following us along in Florida. I am now working on some Florida merch as well, so do check out the store in the description. And by the time you see this, there should be some Florida t-shirts and things like that. If you do want to get any of that, it'll all be in the description. And yeah, I hope you did enjoy it. Please do drop your comments. Subscribe if you're new to the channel as well. We will, as hopefully, if everything goes to plan, who knows with the world we're currently in at the moment, we should be heading back to Florida, hopefully in September, with Mum and Dad this time as well. So it'll be a little bit of a different trip. It'll be less full on and it'll be less theme park based. We're going to be doing probably more different things. So maybe a trip down to the coast, maybe down to Key West for a couple of nights. So do subscribe to the channel if you're new and you are interested in Florida, or if you're interested in Tenerife where we live. We'll be heading back to Tenerife from Liverpool here in a few days' time, and we'll be getting back into our routine of filming over there. But for now, thank you very much for watching. I think I probably will film a vlog here from Liverpool tomorrow anyway. But thank you very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed it. Do drop your comments as well. I'd like to know as well, which was your favourite vlog of them all? Out of all of those Florida vlogs, which was your favourite day to watch? So comment the day number below. I'd like to know that. And yeah, stride on. Thank you very much. Stay safe. It's a crazy world out there, but if you don't take a chance and you don't book holidays, you'll never go anywhere. And people say, oh, would you recommend booking? I'm really nervous. If you don't book, you're never going to go anywhere. So get on it, get it done, and get out there and have some fun. Thanks very much, guys. Stride on. See you soon.